A day in Tokyo. In a small town, there lived a boy named Ken. Ken loved reading about different places, and his favorite city was Tokyo. He dreamed of seeing the bright lights, the tall buildings, and the beautiful cherry blossoms. One day, Ken's parents surprised him with exciting news. "Ken, we are going to Tokyo for a day." Ken was overjoyed. He packed his bag with a camera, a notebook, and some snacks. Early the next morning, they took a plane to Tokyo. As they arrived, Ken's eyes sparkled with excitement. The city was even more amazing than he had imagined. Their first stop was the Tokyo Tower. The tall, red and white structure stood proudly against the blue sky. Ken took many pictures and wrote in his notebook. "The Tokyo Tower is magnificent," he wrote. From the top, he had a fantastic view of the entire city. He saw the busy streets, the parks, and the river flowing through Tokyo. Next, they visited Asakasa and the famous Senso-ji Temple. The temple was beautiful and full of history. Ken and his family walked through the large gate and saw the giant lantern. They washed their hands at the purification fountain and walked around the temple grounds. Ken's mother explained, "This temple is over 1,000 years old. It's a very special place." For lunch, they went to a small restaurant and tried traditional Japanese food. Ken loved the taste of sushi, tempura, and ramen. "This food is delicious," he said, enjoying every bite. He noticed the people around him using chopsticks skillfully and decided to practice using them too. After lunch, they walked to Ueno Park. The park was full of cherry blossom trees in bloom. The pink flowers looked like clouds on the branches. Ken felt happy and peaceful as he walked under the trees. He took many pictures and wrote in his notebook, "The cherry blossoms are beautiful. They make the park look magical." In the afternoon, they visited the busy Shibuya Crossing. Ken was amazed by the number of people crossing the street from all directions. It looked like a scene from a movie. They also visited the statue of Hachiko, the loyal dog. Ken's father told him the story of Hachiko, who waited for his owner every day at the station, even after his owner passed away. Hachiko's story is very touching, Ken thought. Their next stop was Akihabara, the famous electronics and anime district. Ken was excited to see the bright lights and colorful shops. He saw many stores selling video games, anime figures, and gadgets. Ken bought a small robot toy and a comic book as souvenirs. "This place is so cool," he exclaimed. As the evening approached, they visited the Meiji Shrine. The shrine was surrounded by a peaceful forest. Ken and his family walked through the large torii gate and followed the path to the shrine. They saw people praying and making wishes. Ken wrote a wish on an ema, a small wooden plaque, and hung it with the others. "I wish to come back to Tokyo someday," he wrote. For dinner, they went to a restaurant in Shinjuku. They sat at a table with a grill in the center and cooked their own meat and vegetables. Ken enjoyed the interactive dining experience. "This is so much fun," he said, tasting the delicious food they had cooked. Before heading back to their hotel, they went to a tall building with an observation deck. From there, they saw the city lights of Tokyo at night. The city looked like a sea of stars. Ken felt a sense of wonder and excitement. He wrote in his notebook, "Tokyo is the most amazing city I have ever seen." On the plane ride home, Ken looked through the pictures he had taken and read his notes. He felt grateful for the incredible experiences he had in Tokyo. "Today was the best day ever," he said, leaning against his mother. His parents smiled. "We're glad you enjoyed it, Ken. Tokyo is a city full of magic and wonder." Back in his small town, Ken shared his adventure with his friends. He showed them the pictures and told them stories about the places he visited. His friends listened with awe and excitement. Ken's trip to Tokyo inspired him to learn more about the world. He read more books and dreamed of visiting other cities and countries. He knew that one day, he would travel again and explore new places. The memories of his day in Tokyo stayed with him forever. He often looked at his souvenirs and remembered the joy and wonder he felt. Tokyo had given him a taste of adventure, and he knew that the world was full of endless possibilities. And so, Ken's story became a reminder that dreams can come true, and adventures await those who seek them. The magic of Tokyo had touched his heart, and he carried that magic with him, inspiring others to dream and explore.